Alright, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the video. Naruto, Boruto, ShinobiStriker. My name is Ventus SGN. What is good with you? Alright, yo, so let's just get this out of the way first. First and foremost, starting this off, I just want to say thank you so very much to the people down at ShinobiStriker who are responsible for keeping this game alive, who just keep adding new and cool stuff to this game, because I have been asking for this Gara weapon for about 3 years now. It's probably like 3 years ago when I was on a live stream and I came up with the concept how they could do the Gara weapon and put it in the game realistically. And I know some people out there are going to be like, bro, you think you're the reason that everything gets added to the game, that it's you. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying that at all. You know what, there are probably people out there at ShinobiStriker who had the same idea that I did before I had it. It was probably already on the drawing table long before I even thought about this. But I gave voice to this idea on stream and I kept pumping this idea out there into the universe, and other people sort of jumped on the wave. And I'm a firm believer in this, man. A closed mouth don't get fed. And right now I am looking at something in the game that I did not think I would ever see. It's Gara's attacks on a CAC, and I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. They can keep going with this. They can keep giving us weapons that just make the game a lot more fun to play. Listen, I got this weapon as soon as I saw that it was available on the Shinobi store or whatever. I went ahead and spent I've spent $50. I wanted to get this weapon. I had to get this weapon. I bought the Moonlight Scrolls or whatever the case may be so I can get this weapon, and I played with it. I'm gonna tell you, I had a dog shit time playing with this weapon, because when I played with it, this gameplay just seen, I probably played about a good 30 minutes before I was like, man, fuck this shit, I'm getting off. But what happened was I was just getting jumped over and over again. I was getting a bunch of breadstick teammates, and I was getting 3 stacks, and they just kept coming at me. Now what this did though was this forced me to learn how to use the weapon like early on, right? And what's good about this weapon, the one thing that I can say that is really good about this weapon, aside from all the animations, because that's all I really look for, is for real the animations, but the one thing that I can say is really good about this weapon is the fact that it has a lot of super armor. There were so many situations, and I know that as I'm saying this, you could probably just sort of peep and just watch the gameplay and see it. There's a lot of situations to where when I was using this weapon, I was literally at no health, and super armor just kind of, I mean, I know that super armor doesn't like give you extra health or whatever like that, but super armor, what it does is you get to keep doing your attacks even through the attacks of somebody else, even while you're still taking damage. And because of that, I was still able to get the kills that I was trying to get while still like going down to like 1 HP. And I think as a defense character, as a defense player, defense weapons, that's what you need. You need that super armor, and the combos just do not get interrupted. The build that I'm using, Hazan Strike, Demon Hunter, I think a better build would probably be Demon Hunter with the Susanoo armor. I kind of wanted to be authentic. I did start off my gameplay that night with, you know, the whole Gara build, the sand coffin and all, but it turned out that kind of sucked with this. I really needed some I wanted to use the weapon, right? So I needed some jutsu that allowed me to use the weapon, and that build right there, it's not the best build, but it's still an okay build. I called it an A tier build. I don't know, what do you rate it, Hazan Strike, Demon Hunter? Do you think it's an A tier build still? I remember at one point in time it was like an S plus build. Now there's so much stuff out there that kind of like defeats its build, but even still, I was playing with people who were probably breadsticks, who were probably just new at the game or whatever the case may be. I still had a lot of fun using it when I was able to actually use the weapon in like a one-on-one, sometimes even a 2v1 situation, a 1v2 situation, excuse me. But yeah, for the most part, man, question is, you're probably gonna ask, because I would have this question, is it worth it? Like, did they deliver on this weapon? Absolutely, man. Absolutely, they delivered on this weapon, and I had so much fun using it because of the animations, dude. Like, whenever a new cast character came out a couple years ago, like when Onoki came out, or when the new Madara came out, I was always like looking for the animations of the cast character, because for the longest time playing ShinobiStriker, all I wanted to do was use the cast character because they had extra animations. Their animations look really good when you fight with the cast character, and I've always wanted that for your CAC. And in the recent like months, like I think out of last year or whatever the case may be, they started adding weapons that give you these extra animations that look cool. The Naruto, you know, whatever move, jutsu that he has, he gives you the animation. The Naruto weapon, the Nine Tails weapon, gives you the extra animation. The Kurama arms, I think stuff like that needs to continuously be added to the game, and this is a terrific addition to the game. You can see the One Tails, what is Shukaku? What the hell is he? A sand demon? You can see his arms come out there. There is now the like attack combos. I mean, I really didn't go too deep into like learning what the actual like whatever combos really do. I was just spamming the heavy attack to do the get the Shukaku hands out there, and the Shukaku hands are so good, bro. They stun and they attack. But I do know there's some stuff with the light attacks now, because the light attacks are just that. They are light attacks. They don't really like give you protection like that. You can get interrupted, so I really wasn't using the light attacks like that. But there's this one thing where he throws a spear, like I think you press like light heavy or something like that. I know there are probably some Gosus or the people who have been spamming the weapon nonstop, they can probably give you more of the combos. I really didn't get a chance to like look at the combos and memorize them. Probably won't do that for a minute, because you know I'm getting jumped while I'm playing the game, so that's how I was like getting my feel for the weapon. But what I can tell you though is I think when I was using like Hazan Strike into the Demon Hunter, and then using the heavy attack that gives him that stun and just kind of pushes him away, like right there, right? You saw that? I was at low health and I was able to kill that guy. That's what I was talking about. And I know there's some way, bro, it makes him fly on like a cloud of sand. Now that is another thing that I want to touch on, right? It's because very seldom in this game, more so now in recent months, are they adding things from the actual anime. Naruto, what is it? Naruto Next Generation? Am I faded? Is that what it's called? It's not Next Gen. Naruto Shippuden. Oh, bro, I'm faded. Naruto Shippuden. They're adding stuff from Naruto Shippuden to the game, and I think somebody told me in the comments of one of my videos whenever I was looking at the announcement for this weapon, I didn't think this was actually a real weapon, like a real thing in the game. And they said that in some manga that it was a part of the actual Naruto lore. So more stuff that they can add to that makes the game so much better. So is it worth it? I think 1000% it is worth it. What tier of weapon is it? I mean, is it broken? Comparing it to like the freaking claws that people use, I mean, I don't know, maybe in the right hands with the right build, this thing could be like a force to be reckoned with. I've only played with it a couple of hours, but when I played with it, it seems really good. The best weapon for me on defense is probably going to be that machine blade or the other blade, you know, the giant swords with the saws on the end. Those are probably the best weapons for me because I like fighting. This to me feels like those, but even better. The only thing that kind of sucks about this weapon is the light attacks. Light attacks can be a little lackluster because, like I said, you get interrupted really fast and you have to use those heavy attacks. I wasn't able to really find a way to input those light attacks to make them really good. So I eventually just ended up saying, you know what, fuck it, just heavy attacks, because the heavy attacks, they have the stun, they have the damage, and that is what you are looking for. And you saw I just killed that guy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. This is definitely a reason to get back on the game. Definitely a reason to play the game, to get this weapon and experience it before it becomes like, I don't know, before they make the next thing that's better, right? Before they make the next thing that's better. I mean, right now, I feel like this is probably one of the best top 3, top 4 best defense weapons on the list. I don't think it's too, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to call, right? Because I love the machine blade. I love the what is it? The Madara fan. I love those. I think there's, the Madara fan weapon that has Susanoo arms. That probably right now is the best weapon, right? Because it gives you that little bit of defense. So I think that Madara fan weapon is probably a little bit better than this Shukaku weapon, right? Because that weapon, the Madara fan, it has the animations. If you don't have that Madara fan weapon, I don't know the name of it. This is definitely the next best thing. I think right now, if I'm really being honest, I think those are top 2. I think these weapons are now top 2 weapons. And of course, you know, it is with anything with games with DLC and microtransactions. Whatever they just released that is going to cost you a little bit of money to get, they're going to probably make it better than what's already in the game. So right now, before this thing gets nerfed, it's probably, I still can't say it's better than the Madara fan. It's probably just below the Madara fan. Now, when it comes to fun, I think they're both equally as fun to use because, again, I like watching the animations of the weapons when I use them. But this, specifically because it's something that I was asking for to be in the game for a while and they added it, it's my favorite weapon right now. It is absolutely my favorite weapon. Not to be confused by saying it's better than the Madara weapon. I still think Madara weapon is a little bit better weapon, but this weapon, my favorite weapon in the game, and I like using it.